Look at that gray on the Square Enix logo.
Oh, look at that P.
Look at that P. It still looks great. That P logo has never looked better than on, what was their DS game called again? Infinite Space?
Infinite Space?
Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
140p platinum logo. Just the struggle.
It's what it represents.
It's what it represents, indeed. What are we playing? I have no idea what we're playing today. What are we playing today? It takes longer than I remember.
Does it?
To boot up.
Does it? There you go.
Shit.
Can I safely sit here for a moment, or is it gonna fucking throw me spoilers, like bad, terrible, super terrible spoilers?
I mean, you can safely sit here for a moment.
I'm gonna press any button just in case.
Press any button.
Just in case.
Yeah, pick your favorite.
All right, we're gonna be here. Liam,
Woolie,
I have caught up.
you caught up.
I have seen the light, and I have dealt with people yelling at me for months.
To catch up.
I mean, technically for years, because it's been about what?
Yeah.
But I caught up months ago.
Good.
It's
I'm
been a
glad.
while. I've just been silent on purpose so that that holy shit that people are
It's gotta
clicking
be a
on.
raw drop.
I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
that holy shit
Yes.
to be good.
No, you can't leak that out.
So, what have I seen?
What have you seen? Yeah, I actually don't know.
I've watched the NieR LP with you and Pat.
Okay.
I then went back and watched everything from Drakengard's 1, 2, and 3.
Who did you watch? Mr. Klemp?
Via
or-
Mr. Klemps.
Okay, yeah.
And then for stuff that he didn't go into detail on, I went to go look up the
There's another girl, Valkyrie Aurora.
Specifics?
I think is her
Okay.
name. She's great as well. If anyone needs a primer. Yeah.
and then I went to go check out a bit about the DLC from Drakengard 3 because there's some like good stuff in there.
There's some fun stuff in there. Yeah.
So I don't know anything about the Yorha stage play.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I don't know much about the extra endings except for the terrible book ending I think.
Of the first NieR.
That we're just not going to talk about.
I don't dig it that much.
It's not great.
It's not. No, I don't
It's
like
not
it as
great.
much.
So we're not going to talk about that
Yeah,
one.
well, I'm sure if there's one thing you've noticed going through the whole thing, is there's some bits that just don't really matter all that much.
Yeah.
So, like the wall doesn't matter, and who's the Red Eyes? It doesn't really matter.
But it's
there.
But Red Eyes is possibly kind. Not kind.
Like,
yeah.
Maybe doesn't
might
really
be.
matter.
But the introduction of the fact that the red magic comes from
yes, that's important. Yeah, but
the dragon,
Yes.
right? So unfortunately, it's not super fresh.
no,
but
that's
like,
okay. That's okay.
But the point is yes, I get it
Yes.
now. I understand, and NieR is fucking amazing.
it's really cool. Yeah.
It's really good. The music and everything, all of that, like, is fucking just wow.
It's ace.
I finally fully get it.
Yeah.
And I know a long ass time ago we sat there and had a discussion about it, and you were like, "Hey, you're like, do you mind if I spoil it just to tell you?"
You're not
going
gonna play it, but I need to let you know the cool shit.
That was
Yeah.
so far in the past that I
Yeah.
forgot about that, and I got to re-experience it.
That must have been like 6
It was
or 7 years ago.
and it was
Yeah.
gone. So I got to re-go. Oh wow!
So I guess we should just put this out there. This is going to be full spoilers for NieR, potentially full spoilers for the Drakengard game.
full spoilers for Yoko Taro.
Yeah, everything up to Automata, which don't spoil Woolie in the He's not going to read the comments anyway, but don't do it.
I'm gonna do my best to dodge.
Yeah, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Okay.
Just don't read.
Okay.
Just don't read. Maybe there's critical problems with the video. You'll never know. So, if I'm not mistaken, you have nothing of this game except the demo, right?
I played the demo. That's all I
You might have
played.
seen a trailer once or twice. but-
And yes, play the game to find out how to save. Thank you. I'll do that.
yeah.
all I remember is that demo, and all I know is emotions are prohibited.
Yes.
And you're using every trigger button in the fucking world.
All of them. It's like, who said it? Plague said recently, is this like rubbing your belly and patting your head?
It's every
a little
trigger
bit.
button.
Takes a little while
Oh,
to get
boy.
used to the gun.
For real?
Yeah, type in your username, for sure.
Should I?
Whatever. Just do it your way.
I'm
It doesn't matter, in case
Okay.
you're wondering.
I'm Woolie Wolves.
Yeah, so the demo of the game fortunately, is like the prologue section.
Okay.
So you're gonna go through that now, basically.
I wanna
But there's
know-
some new stuff. So
And now that I know,
Uh-huh.
I want to know what the fuck is up with that briefcase girl. Fuck, what's her name?
Accord. Okay.
What? Like,
Yeah.
like, what is your deal? How do you just show up? Okay, here we go.
it starts off differently from the demo right away.
Perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death.
Is that Miss Buckland?
Yes.
Is this a curse? Or some kind of punishment? I often think about the god who blessed us with this cryptic puzzle, and wonder if we'll ever have the chance to kill him.
So this is one of my favorite games that's ever been made.
Yep.
So
Again.
This is Command. Yorha Squadron, come in. 2B here. All units have penetrated the stratosphere. Autopilot systems green across the board.
You're saying.
This is Operator
I'm just letting them
Cell.
talk. I'm
Okay.
giving them their
Units
space.
confirmed.
Oh,
We've
shit.
passed the 50
1D,
kilometer
4B.
threshold and are proceeding toward the target.
Okay.
Understood. Once you reach their anti-air defenses, proceed to manual attack formation.
It's like
Then
anime
destroy the
buttons.
Goliath-class units
Yeah,
by
kind
any
of.
means necessary, and gather what data you can. Understood.
Oh!
So I don't know if you're like aware,
Reach down. All units
but this
activate
game
battle
has
mode and
like
rely on
gameplay
visual
styles
to
that aren't third-person action.
Okay.
Movement unlocked.
So we're gonna start right here
Okay.
with this shmup sequence that is really
This is
sick.
different.
This game has a bunch of rad shmup sequences.
Oh, fuck.
They're-
There go my friends. Okay.
Yoko Taro talked about how like he'd love to make a shmup one day, and like the first NieR, you can kind of feel it with all the bullets everywhere and stuff like that. But this is really where he gets to do it, I guess.
Okay.
There's a handful of sections like this, and they're pretty fucking dope the first time around. So you got your fire.
Okay.
Well, it'll teach you the moves. I don't think you can actually do them until they teach you. But yeah.
It's
Nah,
like,
so-
again, it's like no need to teach what Dragon Ball buttons are. It's
No,
fine.
exactly.
Who's 2H?
Like,
The introduction. This is not exactly the demo. This is going different here.
no, yeah,
But-
but you'll see when the demo pops in. but-
The introduction of Accord into the fucking is the ultimate wrench in the monkey works.
Yeah, Accord-
the ultimate monkey wrench in the works. Whatever, monkey works.
Accord's a big deal because she basically validates that every timeline is canon.
and
you know?
acknowledges that, and
yeah.
and is consciously playing with that.
Well, Drakengard 3's like the whole thing of Drakengard 3 is like Accord is being timeline police.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like, I kind of want to help Zero fix this.
And
fix this
Accord-
big problem, and it ends up fucking everything up. But like,
Okay, free shoot.
yeah, we got some stuff.
Ikaruga.
Yeah, kind of.
Accord is the biggest, like, okay, we're twin sticking. We're actually
Yeah,
just twin sticking.
yeah, exactly.
Is
I
the
picked-
biggest
picked up on
hint
it.
as towards like what 2B and 9S and so on are, or what's going on with that to me in my head, because like Popola and Devila are like sort of like that, but not anywhere near as advanced in that way, it seems. I don't know
Yeah.
if they're the same type of machines or
No, that's reasonable. I mean, like, Accord is like some hyper advanced being that we don't really know much the details about. You'll get a little bit. You'll get a teeny tiny bit.
Okay.
At some point. So I was gonna mention this a little earlier. NieR and NieR Automata's stories are actually like relatively well self-contained. I think it applies to the other Drakengard games as well. Like, you can play Drakengard 2 without the first one. You can play Drakengard 3. I think is the weakest in that regard. I think it relies a little more on the other games. But like NieR and NieR Automata are still well self-contained. So like even if you hadn't caught up, you'd still have a heck of a good time. And I'll tell you right
oh my
now.
god,
like,
sorry, we just went Space Harrier into Gradius.
dude, it's so good.
very direct.
I know, it's amazing.
Okay.
But most of the stuff that you're going to pick up on from what you know is going to be from NieR rather than the Drakengard games. There's some Drakengard stuff for sure, but like NieR is definitely the more direct link in terms of continuity. Nonetheless, this is still like 10,000 years in the future, so
Is it?
yes,
Okay.
yes. That's not like a big twist or anything.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. Just making sure. You worked so hard to be spoiler free, so yeah.
Oh my god. the genre switching in the original is fucking batshit amazing.
It's so good.
I can't.
Oh, totally.
I couldn't believe that.
And this game does it like super seamlessly.
Like, exception of like the reading stuff, which unfortunately is not the funnest for long-term LPing purposes.
yeah, it's a good thing they got rid of that.
But the camera zooms out and now we're going full.
It's so dynamic, and here's the demo.
Oh.
It's so smooth. It's such a smooth transition. I love it.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah, because it's super unclear why the ship's busted up, but she's okay. But that's why she jettisoned
And
it.
everything is all everything's.
Yes, I'm aware of
Yeah.
that.
So this is the bit we've all like seen a million times before.
Deactivated.
It's pretty much the same. They didn't really change anything. So don't die. Not to put the pressure on, but don't die because you can't save right now.
Okay.
You have to finish the demo without saves or checkpoints.
Okay.
Basically, I think you have a bunch of healing items, and there's no shame
can
in
do
using
stuff
them.
like that,
It's
yeah.
fine, you know. This game doesn't give you rankings, so
Okay.
you don't have to worry about using items.
Okay. I'm not super great because I'm not super used to everything.
Yeah. So the main thing, for starters, I should say, don't worry about not being able to aim the pod right now.
I'm just using the lock on.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just use the lock on. Lock on and use the pod. You have like 40 hours to get used to combat with the pod. And like, it's not gonna be elegant from second one, so don't even worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone in the
Not
chat will
quite.
worry about it for you.
God, those new game pluses are the most brilliant. Just
In
how to
NieR, yeah.
reuse your how to replay your game and just introduce a single thing like, oh, listen to what the enemies say.
You know, it's really interesting because it's like it's a change of perspective. Basically, is the whole thing. Like you're basically viewing, like you're playing as NieR nonetheless, but you're kind of viewing things from Kaine's perspective because you can hear the shades and you get the Kaine like prologue section where you hear a little bit about her past. Yeah, good on you using the pod here, by the way. Using the pod against like big enemies and bosses is really helpful to just tick away at their health.
Yeah.
I watched someone play this once who wasn't really aware of the pod, and it took a long time to kill this boss with just the sword. Yeah, no, the change of perspective in like new game pluses is really, really neat. Actually, I don't think I ever spoke to you about this, but like I was like just like writing like my thoughts on like new game plus in games in like a journal. I was just like trying to figure out my thoughts, and NieR and some other games like 999, I feel like their new game pluses are like, we call them new game pluses, but they're not really. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because like, and also like we talk
Better
about
make
how
sure he's actually
NieR and
dead next
Drakengard
time.
have like alternate
That was
endings
dangerous,
and
man.
stuff, but like that begs the question, like, so in say like Mass Effect
You're
or
2B,
Deus Ex
right?
Human Revolution,
My name's 9S.
you could talk about.
I'm here to provide
Oh,
support.
here, I'll let him
Copy
talk. I'll let
that.
him talk.
Yeah, because this
So,
is
was that big old buzzsaw the Goliath you came
this is
here
their
to
first
take out?
introduction.
No.
Yeah.
That's a
just
thing that
another
I didn't
defensive system.
register
Oh.
the first time around as
Well,
much.
I guess we have to find the target then, huh? I've got a flight unit, so I'll take a look around the perimeter.
All right. I'll work my way inside from the ground.
Like, if you finish a game like Mass Effect or Deus Ex Human Revolution, and you get like one of the 3 endings at the end of the game, you've seen like 99% of the story, and you're like qualified to discuss it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you only finish like ending A in NieR, or like the Axe ending in 999, you are super not qualified to discuss that game, right?
Because it's exactly, it's a fake ending presented as if you've beaten it.
The reality is that the story continues and it's
Yes.
successive rather
And
than
it
like,
feels as if, like, if you wanted to, you could hit those first credits and call it a day.
Oh yeah.
But they're really just like presentation credits. Like,
Yeah, you haven't finished the game at all.
so like, cue that Captain America meme of, so you only beat Automata ending A.
Yeah, right? No, exactly. But I think it's interesting because it just fucks with the framework of like what we're used to in games, where we're used to seeing the credits and that's the end of the story. And if you're lucky, there'll be a little bit extra. But like,
Dodge is so sexy.
dude, it's amazing.
It's the sexiest Dodge
And she
in
has
the
like a
world.
backwards one that's kind of different too, like the animation.
Yeah, it's the curve on it, man.
It's so good. Yeah, your ability to like.
No
wind-
one's done that. It's not just.
So I'm not sure how long you can do it right now, but you can hold it to make it a little longer.
2B?
Yeah.
And you can
What is it?
squiggle around while you're doing it too.
Data I collected earlier.
So it's really, really cool.
Fuck me, it's so good.
I know, it's amazing.
And then you also need
I
it,
think-
you need it to sprint, right? Can I start sprinting without it?
I think it's been, yeah, I guess I should put this out there. I haven't played this game since, like, I finished it, and then I got the, like, Platinum Trophy, and pretty much didn't touch it except for the DLC that came out after that. So I haven't played this in, like,
A minute.
a year now.
Okay.
I think if you just walk, you'll eventually break into a run, but dashing into the run is faster, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, let's see. Maybe not.
No, she's taking her
Yeah,
time.
okay, so well, whatever, dash into the run. You want to go up there.
Well, wasn't there the stairway back here?
I believe they lead to the same place.
Okay.
It's fine, it doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
Nothing. By
Oh,
the
but
way-
there's that opening too. Right.
Yeah.
right.
So by the way, like nothing's missable.
Okay.
So don't even fret. Like you'll be able to come back to this area later in the game and stuff. It's so the structure of the game. It's no surprise, but it's like NieR, where it's like a open world
Yes.
kind of thing. They were able to do away with most of the loading screens, fortunately, which is cool. Yeah, you can make that jump. I don't remember if there's much besides this chest here, but good eye. There's spots where you can break off of the 2D section.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Hey, large recovery, that's great. I don't think there's much. Oh, yeah, you can put down a ladder here, it's true. Good catch. That just leads us back around.
Right.
so,
Okay.
Yeah. But it's structured just like NieR, pretty much. So this is just one of those areas you can explore. Like in the first game,
Yeah.
you could go to the forest or the factory or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. Precisely.
So it is very clear and objectively true that Papa NieR is the best. However,
It's no, you know what? I love him too, and a lot of people are like, "No, young NieR is the true way," and it's
So
like,
open.
there's
I don't like him.
there's one detail, and
One
that's
detail?
Nothing's ever easy.
after the time jump.
Yeah.
That rad ass like transition from young NieR into like more adult NieR from like whatever
He's
like
pretty-
boy
he's
to
pretty cool
teen.
looking,
It's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah, I know
The
he's
time
pretty cool.
jump version of the young NieR looks way cooler.
It makes a lot more of an impression than old NieR.
Than old NieR, yes.
Because old NieR, like the mask, is kind of the defining change,
Exactly.
but otherwise he's pretty much the same.
And just for the quick rundown, because again, it's like, it's not fresh, but it
No.
is there. Kane's the best. She's my favorite anything ever.
Kane's great.
She's the number one to me.
Really good.
And Grimoire Weiss is fucking like
So good, yeah.
It's like, oh, that's my boy. That's Akihiko talking.
Yes.
That's rad.
On occasion.
His incredible performance there is through the roof. As he slurs when he gets more fucked up and just being a cocky ass book.
All the voice actors just absolutely killed it. In
Emil
the first
is
game.
like a fun secondary. Like he's not at all when I thought that character was going to
Emil
be
is
when you
so
see
rad.
the art.
He has quite the transformation, like literally
I'm glad
and
you're here.
metaphorically.
Why?
Scanners
Because
like
initially
me
he's
mostly
like
work
kind of
alone.
like, okay, he's just a boy
Scouting
who's
out
blind,
enemy
but
lines and all that.
boy, he goes
I don't
places,
usually
yeah.
get a partner. It's kind of fun.
These voice actors
Emotions
also
are
kill it.
prohibited.
Like,
Emotions
don't
are
worry.
prohibited.
These guys do a
Sorry,
good job.
man.
And another thing, stop calling me ma'am.
Huh?
It's unnecessary.
All right then. 2B it is.
Right.
Yeah, they're friends. So that's your pod skill. So you have to wait for the
recharge on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pod skills are really good. There's like maybe 20 of them in the game.
Okay.
So they're not like infinite or anything.
Okay.
They're all fixed and have a fixed function. But some of them are really fun, and they do stuff that's not just shooting a projectile. So yeah, we gotta try them when we get some others.
Okay.
I mean, on the other hand, some of them are kind of boring. Like this laser's just a laser, but the laser's really strong.
In
actually.
these situations,
It's one of the more practical ones, I think, because
Yeah.
it's really easy to use. It's hard to fuck
Yeah.
up using the straight laser. So,
yeah, no, like it, very practical for these scenarios.
yeah, definitely. They did a really good job with like the mix of like 2D and 3D sections in this game. I know that obviously the first NieR did that really well, but I feel like they feel even smoother here.
It's seamless. It's
Transitions
absolutely
are-
seamless.
They're impeccable. Like
That's not what I wanted.
they're amazing. So there's that. So you just found that command there.
What was that?
I believe that's achieved by hitting dash and jump in the air. I believe. If it's not dash and jump, maybe it's light attack and jump. I honestly can't remember what it was. It's something and jump. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what.
Oh, it might be the pod button and jump.
This place sure is big.
No, the other pod button. There it is. Yeah, there it is.
Humans used
So
to
that,
use it as a weapons factory.
it's gonna be hard to like put that into
The enemy
combos.
seems to have
It's like an
repurposed
air
the facility
kick.
to increase their overall machine
And you
production.
can cancel
So if
out
they
of
don't
moves
destroy
into
it,
the
they'll
air
just
kick.
keep coming.
It gives you extra distance if you need to jump a wide gap.
Lovely.
There's applications for it, but it's definitely like an advanced technique.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Looks great in combo movies though. I tell you what.
And it's how people do some sequence breaking, I assume.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you want to just head around there. You were going the right way.
Oh, was I? Okay.
Yeah, no, there's a sneaky door on the side. It's a really cool technique, actually. I didn't stumble upon it until way later in the game, or like figure out how to use it, I guess. But it is really rad.
Yeah, and just the overall like the one thing though, like there's so much that I loved going through and catching up on the full story, but there's some stuff that there's one or two things where I was like, okay, the things I don't like were ending E, and
Okay.
and the other thing I didn't like was the reveal that it's like it's only in the books, I think, but it's like it was also a reveal that the person who like experimented on Emil, right, that did that whole project to begin with him and his sister,
Xehanort, yeah.
is the same guy that becomes Tyran. And I was like, yo, get the fuck out of here. That's too similar.
You know,
like,
a cool thing about the NieR universe and Drakengard and shit, you don't have to worry about the books too much.
Stage
a
plays.
A lot of people are pretty hard with gatekeeping in like the Yoko Taro fan base, where it's like, oh, I know more than you.
The Taroverse.
And shit. Taroverse, exactly. But like the games themselves are pretty well self-contained, so you won't need to fuss too much. You can actually go right here if you're curious. There's a hidden room.
hey,
There's a couple places like that throughout the game, where like they intentionally obfuscate. Yeah. So I think you have the auto thing on to auto heal now, or did you manually heal?
That was auto.
That was auto. Okay, yeah. So you should be safe for this whole demo portion because the auto thing will save you. So that circle thing there was like a finisher prompt, by the way.
Okay.
Which does a special animation. Yeah, you got to come back for that one.
for those chests.
You can get the one on the left, the one on the right. You can't really tell because it's distant, but it's like chained up.
Okay.
There's a thing you'll get later that'll let you access that.
I'm just hitting that lock-on button in case I run into something.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh god, the robot, the fucking BP, trying to fly.
BB's great, yeah.
Just trying to see the world.
No,
like,
he's super good.
that
So
was-
this is a shortcut, by the way. You previously came down
Went
this
that way, yeah.
So you can just head right on back, but like,
Okay.
no, not that way.
It connects everything.
Yeah, exactly. You had gone this way, and that was the hallway with like the sneaky door on
Gotcha.
the edge. So when you come back to this area, you'll appreciate having
Yeah.
these shortcuts.
Cool. Yeah,
Otherwise,
it's like
you have to run through the whole thing.
that wasn't a ceiling attack. That was just him trying to
Yeah.
see the world.
No, I know. BP was good. He was one of the better villain stories. All those like sad revelations about the villains were really strong. I feel like it's a little played out nowadays. I feel like now everyone's trying to do it, but it was pretty ahead of its time at the time when NieR did that. They were like, yo, all the villains are actually good dudes. Well, not good dudes, but they were, they couldn't possibly
Understandable
understand
motivations.
each other.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. No, that was good.
So you've got a bat time as well, right? Automatically. The thing that looks like
yes.
bat time.
Yeah. From Bayonetta.
Yeah.
God, what is that called? I can't remember. But yes, you
Bat
have
Within?
that more or less. I'm not sure if you have it right now. Yeah, there's Bat Within. But
I did it earlier.
If you if you do the Bat Within and you hit attack right away, you do a special counter. That's what I'm not sure if you have it right
Okay.
now. You might have it right now. So you can try that if you want. You just have to time it and then hit square.
I'm not feeling too confident in a time when I can't.
Yeah,
lose.
right now it's not the best. One cool thing a lot of enemies in this game have, actually, that I'm sure you'll notice as the game goes on, is they have attacks that have like really long
Wind-ups?
rather really long active frames.
Okay.
Like that enemy is just flailing his arms, walking forward.
Yeah, okay.
And if you walk into it, that's your fault.
I'm just gonna go this way.
Exactly.
And I'm just gonna start kicking.
Yeah, it'd be your fault if you walked into it. But there's a lot of enemies with really long active frames, and you can do stuff like dodge into them to trigger that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And there's still normal enemies who just strike fast. You know?
Okay.
But for enemies like that who have those really long repetitive attacks, if ever you need, you can just mash dodge to get
I
out,
don't like
and
the
you'll be
not
safe.
top off. I want to top off right now. I'm a little,
Yeah,
I'm a
well,
little worried.
I think you'll be fine. You still had like 14 or 15 full or light healing items, but you'll be okay.
Controls are locked and cannot be used.
Oh, can I? Yes, right.
Yeah,
I
there's a
can.
whole
I
menu.
can look at this stuff.
The UI is gorgeous, by the way.
Oh, it's the
Looks
cleanest.
so good. I like the like off-white that they went
Yeah,
with.
it looks like I'm looking at like almost like a pastel, not pastel, but like a warm pressed type of board. You know what I mean? Like a certain type of letterhead is written on this for fancy graphic design. It's very clean.
No, definitely. And they did a good job making it look like a computer without making it sterile. Because it doesn't feel cold to look at.
Warm
It's
grays.
warm.
It's
Yeah,
warm
exactly.
grays. This is what it is.
And there's a lot of like little motifs and designs with like the 3 dots beneath all the icons and shit.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
the names of the weapons
Yes.
was a thing.
Yeah.
Virtuous Contract,
And Virtuous Treaty.
Virtuous Treaty, and wasn't there more to them?
So
Or was it-
every weapon has like a story associated with it.
Okay,
And as
right.
you upgrade it, you'll get the story.
Got it.
So
Got
for
it.
for now, they're just level 1, but you can still read the level 1 stories. They're in the intel area, I think. Weapon stories, yeah. So
How long can I fight amidst this bloody vortex over battlefield? How long, I wonder.
yeah, there's
Oh yeah,
4 levels for each.
And that's the little back-to-back of
Yeah,
that's the crew.
yeah. This, I mean, you know, all
First
the
encounter with my lover.
The idea of the weapon stories is they're about generally the person who wielded the weapon, right?
Oh, not the weapons themselves.
Generally speaking, yeah. So the one where they're standing back to back, you know, I mean, you can work that one out yourself.
Bulletproof apparatus detected on enemies. Close range.
It's actually really nice that they like that's the first
I know.
weapon you start with has a weapon story for 2B. Like that's really cool. Because that wasn't really the same in like NieR or anything, if I remember. If I remember right, like you start with a weapon that's like someone else's fucking thing. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I don't quite recall. So yeah, the shields block bullets, so you want to break them.
What's the launcher input specifically?
It's jump and then square or triangle. I don't remember which one.
Okay.
It must be jump and then triangle. Like in quick succession. I think that was it.
That's actually a
Maybe I'm crazy.
Deathcopter trick.
Yeah, I have not played in a while, so maybe I'm crazy.
Okay.
You'll find it soon enough.
All right.
I know for at some point that's an option, but
That
Maybe I'm thinking
windup
of a
is
different weapon.
real slow. But
yes, for the heavy weapon. Yeah.
But the damage is satisfying.
It's good.
You can see the numbers too, so you're gonna feel just how much better it's gonna get, I assume.
Yeah, totally. Generally, I stuck to like light swords and stuff because the wind-up's scary.
Yeah. it's big risk. It's
But
big
it's still
risks.
good. In the first NieR, I don't know if you remember this, but the spears were like absurdly overpowered.
Yeah, the Phoenix Spear.
There's like the Phoenix spear is ridiculous. There's no point in ever using
The game
any
just
other weapon.
becomes a joke.
Everything melts. So.
And the fact that you can just spam it too, it's like it's completely trivial.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous, and it's faster. It moves you quicker.
Like there
There's,
were points
one
where it's
sword
like
that's stronger, but it's not.
there's points where it's like stop attacking or you won't get all the lines of dialogue right now.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
You know. All right. Yeah.
Okay, we're getting
I
places.
surveyed the entire factory, but couldn't find anything resembling our target.
Maybe they, I don't know, moved it somewhere?
God, this fucking music.
It's the best. They're actually just the best. So
I think I told you last time.
Is that?
you can shoot the birds, but
You mean
it's
the
up to you.
birds? Yeah, there's more plants and animals here than there used to be.
Oh.
Probably
Yeah,
because
that's
the
not-
environment's changed.
For
Alright,
anyone who's
so
a fan of Keiichi Okabe and Monaka, his music studio, they did the soundtrack for an anime called Yuki Yuna is a Hero, and it's on iTunes, and it's really good. Backwards.
Okay, that name triggers me a little bit because of the Ultra Despair Girls reference, but
Oh yeah, well.
but the whatchamacallit, I think I told you last time about when I had a period of just going to bed, putting Emil's theme
Yeah, you
on
mentioned,
loop.
yeah.
And it was called, what was it? It was Emil's Sadness, I think?
Sacrifice?
Emil's Sacrifice. Just 30-minute version, go.
Oh, it's wonderful, yeah.
And then I think you told me that
There's a pretty
a
hot
track called Emil Desolation.
There's a pretty hot Emil mix that we'll get to at some point. But that's gonna be a while.